A big misconception that people often believe is that budgeting is only for people who don't have a lot of money, and that cannot be more wrong.
Hi, I'm Angie. I've been building and creating budget trackers and also tracking my own finances for the past 6 years, so let's talk about budgeting. The best thing you can do for yourself financially is to track and budget your money. Budgeting has nothing to do with how much you earn, but it has to do with making sure you save enough money to achieve your financial goals. It doesn't matter if you earn $20,000 a year or $20 million a year, budgeting still applies to you. Let me tell you the painfully true reasons why budgeting is not just the good and smart thing to do, but it can be your safety net against financial chaos in your life. Do you ever look at your bank account and think, what the actual happened? Budgeting is the difference between feeling like you're the driver of your financial life and having full control versus being duct taped to a hood of a random car and going full speed. That $500 you spent on impulse orders at 1 a.m. while you're in bed, that wasn't self-care. That was future use financial headache. Budgeting protects you from becoming your own financial horror story. Have you ever noticed whenever it's a holiday season just around the corner, you start seeing all these advertisements pushing time-sensitive deals on you? 1 minute is just a little stocking stuffer, next thing you know, you're 3 credit cards deep, wrapping up gifts for your dog while crying. Budgeting lets you beat the system by not letting it seduce you with promises of 50% off. When I track my spending, I make sure every single dollar has a purpose because wandering money disappears. Why would I want the money I worked so hard for to disappear? Now, when the holidays come around, there's one thing you need to do when planning for those gifts and making sure you don't go broke in the new year, and that is budgeting. Don't worry, I'll break down budgeting for you in a way that's so easy to understand that you simply can't forget it for the rest of your life. Now, grab a pen and paper and let's get the holiday budget started. Step number 1, assess your finances. List down all of your income streams. I'm talking about salary, freelance work, side hustles, dividend income, interest income, investment income, rental income. Write it down. Then list all your expenses down. This includes your rent, your insurance, your car payments, your groceries, gas, entertainment, subscriptions, and dining out. If you don't know the exact amounts of how much you spend or you tend to spend in each spending category, just take a look at your last month's bank statements or just throw in a rough estimate of what you presume you spend in each category. Once you listed all your income in dollar amounts and you've also listed all your expenses, it's time to set your budget. Step number 2. After you're done covering all your fixed life bills, aka the bills you need to pay to survive, take a look at how much money is left over. This is known as your disposable income. Is there enough to cover the amount of money you need to pay for your entertainment, dining out, and other non-necessities? If not, then it's time to think of ways to increase your income or reduce your expenses, or both. Step number 3. Once you know how much money you have left over, think about how you want to save money for this holiday season by defining your holiday spending categories. How much do you want to save in terms of gifts, travel, and dining this holiday season? Then you will want to decide how much do you plan on spending in each category. Make sure the total amount that you plan to spend fits within your total disposable income. Say I make $2,500 a month from my full-time job, and that is my only source of income right now. My living expenses, which includes my rent, utilities, bills, and groceries, cost up to a total of $1,500 per month. I currently spend about $150 per month dining out. I occasionally spend $100 per month to go shopping for small things here and there, and I also spend $50 per month for my monthly gym membership. I have a total of $700 left per month based on my current spending habits. I'm going to allocate $400 per month from my budget every single month towards the holiday spending I'll be doing in December. My current holiday spending categories are the following. Gifts, I want to budget $400. Travel, I want to budget $1,000. Food and drinks, I want to budget for $200. And so in total, my total holiday savings goal this year will be $1,600. Now, if I were to start from $0 in saving for this holiday budget, it would take me 4 months to reach my savings goal of $1,600. But since I've been putting a little money away every single month since the beginning of the year, now within the next 2 months, I am able to meet the savings goal with a little more than what I actually need. Drawing out your budget on pen and paper helps you visualize where your money goes. I started budgeting at first on pen and paper as well, and when I finally ran out of pages, I decided to lay it all out on an easy to read Google Sheet. You can also create your own budget tracker with just the simple concepts that we just went through, or you can grab my already made one linked in the description of this video. Now let's take a quick look at how I budget and track my money every month. This is a budget tracker I created 5 years ago and kept updating and making improvements to it until today. It has only one tab you really need to look at every single month and one summary tab if you're curious to see your spending habits trend over the year. Every time I get my paycheck, I fill it in with the exact amounts in the income section. My bills remain the same every month, which includes my rent, utilities, bills, and groceries. My debt section is empty as I've just paid off my student loans last year. My investments are the automatic bank transfers I've set up with my checking account to my brokerage account every single month. Then we move on to the actual spending tracking. This variable cost section is where I track all the purchases I've made with my credit card or debit card over the past month. I categorize each purchase into one of the items in the drop-down menu. This grouping helps me see where I spent the most amount of money and how to correct it if I need to. If we scroll to the right, I've also added a chart that shows me in percentages how much I spent in each category. For more of a visual look, I added 2 graphs for me to easily identify where my money went this month. We can see that for the month of March, 38% of my money went into my rent, 14% of my money went into fitness, and the third highest is groceries at 12%. In terms of my pie graph, 28% of my money went into investment. I spent 49% of my income, and I saved 22% of my income this month. I have been budgeting and tracking my spending for the past 6 years now. Not only does it give me peace of mind knowing exactly where my money goes and why, I also have complete control over my finances to direct my intention to help me achieve my financial goals. I budget because I see every dollar that I earn as my employees, and I want to make sure I'm putting every single dollar that I earn to work for me in order for me to ultimately achieve my financial goals. I'm curious to know, what is one thing you're saving up for this holiday season? Let me know in the comments.